it looks like I have really light eyes in this lighting. Jeez, wow, hello. What is up, my dudes? Is that my intro now? I don't know, but I mean, I guess so. This is an art video. Exactly what you subscribed for, I know. I know I said the last video was gonna be a Q&A. I have it filmed. It's on this new camera that I have. But it was really boring, so I just thought that maybe that would not be a good idea to have a really boring video. So we're gonna do this instead and hope that it's less boring. Even if it is more boring, I'm gonna post this one anyway, or else I'm gonna hate myself, so. Alright, so basically, this is my sketchbook, this handy dandy boy. It's a pentalic sketchbook. It's hardbound, it's nice, and it has this very sturdy cover. But I'm just going to go through to show what I have in this. So first I have this little oil painting of a garlic that I did last year. I have this for some reason, and also a really bad picture of someone in a plague doctor mask. We were learning some anatomy in art class, and so we had to draw all the parts of a nose, label them. So anatomy lesson was then. I drew a box of tissue in my careers class because I was just fucking bored, and also some little doodles. There was a bike on some filing cabinets in my art room. These are just some pictures of ears, and then also I just found this random Polaroid on the ground, and I mean, I don't know who this person is, but I thought they were cute, so I stole it. This is just a whole bunch of doodles. This is a worm character that I made that I don't really use it anymore. Bill Cipher. It's a kid named Max that I met at art camp. I don't know who that is. Then this is just a whole bunch of hatching because we're super edgy and we love hatching so much. Actually, hatching is super fun and I really recommend it because, dude, it's just so much fun. This is another something that I drew at art camp. There were a whole bunch of butterflies pinned up on the wall, and so I drew one of those. They're just some quirky little doodles. These are my characters for the comic that I really want to write at some point. This is Rowan and this is Vinny, and I love them, and they're gay aliens, and I love them very much. These are more aliens, a little less gay this time though. Here's Rowan and Vinny again, but because of these ones being in graphite, Rowan's face got all fucked up. Here's some more hatching. Yay hatching. That's Charlotte. Charlotte drew that one. And here's where the where you're gonna start calling me a furry. I had to basically, for this art project that I had to do in my real first year of high school, was we had to take a spirit animal test on, like, not even BuzzFeed, it was like go-to quiz. We had to take a spirit animal test, and I got a deer. I guess that's my spirit animal or something. And so we had to take our spirit animal and combine it with a Victorian-era profession and make a statue out of it. And we're supposed to paint them this year, because now is my second year of high school. So we're supposed to paint them and give them clothing this year. We still haven't done that, but you know what? So we also had to make the proportions really weird, and at first I wanted my deer person to be like super thin and like stretched out, but then I got super anxious about that because I was afraid it was gonna break when I cooked it in the little oven guy, so I made it all squished and flattened down. And this was the finished sort of product. There she is. I know she looks like a rabbit. I know the fake eyelashes is really weird, but I mean, I tried my best. Yeah, she does look like a rabbit. And she does look kind of creepy because her eyes are super realistic and I'm afraid of them. But, I mean, here's more Rowan, more Vinny. This is my friend Charlotte's D&D character. Here's more of Knot from Critical Role, and I love her so much. She's so lovely and sweet, and her new design is freaking amazing. I did a little Caleb and a little Knot from that one moment when Caleb stuck his hands in the bread. I thought it was really cute. And also, Knot is super fun to draw. She's just so lovely. And also, I was drawing snails because I have pet snails. And I was in Washington State, and there were a whole bunch of snails, and I hadn't seen them for a really long time, and actually going to Washington State is what inspired me. It reminded me to get snails as pets, and so now I have snails as pets, and I'm here drawings of snails. It is snail in a bow tie. Isn't that quaint? Also, random girl. Here is a drawing of my friend Chloe, who I don't really talk to anymore, but she likes lemons, so I gave her lemon sunglasses. Here's a random pose that I got off of Reddit. More snails. And then here is Rowan. I love her so much. She goes by Xenon because she is technically a superhero. Yes, I know, my name is in the name Xenon. No, she's not a self-insert. I promise. Here is a drawing of my friend Lucy's Dungeons and Dragons character. I'm not a furry. I promise I'm not a furry. I did a little self-portrait doodle from when I had my long hair. Here's a drawing of a raccoon from a couple years ago. And here I drew some moths. How lovely are these moths, am I right? This was for a thing at art camp, and I have a finished painting of these moths, but I like this drawing version of them better because the painting kind of turned out really bad. Here is a drawing of my friend Lux. They're lovely. And then my friend Axel was in this production of A Midsummer Night's Dream, and Puck had green hair and sang Oops, I Did It Again by Britney Spears, so of course I had to draw it because I'm a total nerd. More drawings of Rowan, a character from my comic, who dresses like a gay pirate. I love them so much. And then I drew more moths, because I love moths. It's a little Mothman, but cuter. Yeah, so it looks like a rabbit, but I promise it's a moth. And then I drew some more of Rowan and her parental figure after her parents died. Yay, woo, we love edgy backstories. Marzia from my comic. She was named after PewDiePie's wife, but we don't need to talk about that. Or Marzia and Vinny. We're not going to talk about that. Then I drew Lux, because we love Lux. Play Dr. Mask, apparently. And this person with just a whole lot of colors in her face. And then Lux wrote a poem in my sketchbook in the middle of the night. Okay, we're going to tell a story about that. This is at Interlochen Art Camp, if any of you guys happen to know where that is, or if you follow me from there. Hi, Interlochen folk. Hello. So basically there was this assembly thing for watching this orchestra performance from like the Detroit Symphony, I think it was. And so after that, everybody else got to go back to their cabin and like go to bed for the night, because it was late at night, it was time to go to bed, etc., etc. But not the freaking art majors or the writing majors, because we had to go paint and write in the dark. I don't know why. So we went and we had all these different colors of paint, our paintbrushes, these big ass papers set out, and we had to go paint while it was like pitch black outside because there was no light. It was just dark outside, and since it was at a camp, it was like removed from the cities and whatever, so we didn't even have any like light pollution to like try and see off of, and there were bugs everywhere. It was super nasty. But Lux didn't bring anything to write with, so I was like, here, take my sketchbook. So they wrote this poem in it. They didn't want to take it out or anything, so I just added some markers to it and made their name all fancy. We love Lux so much. I love you, Lux. Also, I have a hard time reading it because I can't read cursive, so I don't even know what this poem says, but knowing Lux, it's very, very good. Yes. Oh, Jesus, I'm so snuffly. Working on some comic stuff with Rowan and Vinny, because of course I was, and I didn't finish it. And my art style gets progressively worse as you go down the page, because I just get lazier and lazier and don't want to draw it anymore. I don't want to draw well, so I just draw bad. I am doing a little cover for something in art class, and so I wanted to use Vinny. There she is. More Vinny. She's kind of like a crazy mad scientist kind of gal. More comic characters. I was thinking about changing Rowan's design a little bit, making her hair darker, or making it more punk, which I think I might actually end up doing. Here's also a little thing. In my comic, there are these bounty hunters who have little clans, and so when they do this, when they open their fingers like this, a little badge, holographic badge, like, shows itself, and I was kind of designing the badges, and so in my story, the main bounty hunters that is trying to kill my main character, haha, is the Vicente clan, and so they're trying to murder my homegirl Rowan, and that's a no-no because Rowan is lovely and we love her so much. Here, I was at art camp, I had long hair, and so I was thinking about cutting it short. Woo! So, and then I drew some of my friends. I was thinking about myself with short hair. Here's just a random bunny character that I think belongs to my friend Elle. I can't remember. Here's the first instance of the worm. I actually went back to the other page and added this character in later. Here's also another character of mine. She doesn't really have a story. I just like her. Her name is Bayu Tallulah. She's super cute though. Just little scenery things. Woo, scenery thing. I think this was a shoe of some sort, but I don't know. And so this whole spread is just red and graphite, which I think is actually super neat. Here I was brainstorming castles for a logo design that I got commissioned to do, and then here I was just practicing some poses because I needed some practice. Here's my eye drawings. Here is another thing on my comic. It's just a whole bunch of writing and not a lot of drawing, but I mean, there are my guys. I was working on designs for Marzia's mask, because I had it the same way for like a really long time, and so now I'm thinking of changing it a little bit. And then here I was starting to brainstorm for another idea of mine. Here is the first rough draft of that thing. I was working out the posing a little bit more and finalizing her costume. And this was the actual final product, which I like quite a lot. There's no actual comic to go with it just yet, but this is another thing for art class, and so I thought, of course, I'm just going to make my comic book characters part of everything. I drew Beetlejuice, because we love Beetlejuice, and then another comic book thing, comic book things. Yeah, here's more comic book things. There's a scene where Rowan gets a fucking bus straight up thrown at her. I draw my comic book characters a lot, if you couldn't freaking tell. There's a random sticky note because I'm pretty sure I messed up under there. Or I didn't. There's just a random sticky note. And then I was drawing my friend Dean as a clown, because he likes clowns. But I think that's it, yeah. I don't think there's literally anything else in this sketchbook. Oh, focus, hello. There's like nothing else. That's my boy. According to my camera, I've been recording for 25 minutes already, and so I'm gonna have to cut that down by itself. I hope you enjoyed this little sketchbook tour of mine, and hopefully your thoughts on the art content is positive, perhaps? I don't know. Hopefully you're into the whole me drawing stuff thing. Yeah, hope you like this video. Hope to see you soon. Sorry for the inconsistent upload schedule. School's been kicking my ass. Smell you later, skaters.